What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Welcome into the channel, and we're going to talk a little Arc Raiders, the PvE debate. People wanting a PvE, and I'm telling you, this game, it's just the way it is, the gameplay, how it is with the PvE and the PvP. It's perfect. That's just how this game is played. And I understand you're trying to do quests. Well, that's just part of the world. Because if you start taking out the raiders, then it's just boring. Then I'm just fighting these AI, and yeah, they're good. They are fun. But that element of knowing that there could be some raiders over there, or all of a sudden I know a raider could help me. The gameplay in Arc Raiders, it's awesome. They nailed it. Embark did such a good job. They have soul in their game. You can feel it. It's optimized. You can just tell they thought of a lot of things. They took a lot from this game and put it in here, and they cooked up a very good game. And I have a video from Doorwolf. Arc Raiders isn't the problem. Your expectations are. PvE debate. And that's the thing, is some people are going in it and dying and having a bad experience. It's like, oh, it needs a PvE instantly. It's like, no, just slow down, learn how to play, learn how to navigate the map. Don't always have to be in PvP. You don't have to. You know where to go. You go into high loot tier areas, like you're gonna get into fights. But if you're in the outskirts, you can stay away from it and everything. And you can, obviously you want to get good loot in the places, but that's part of the game. It's a part of the tension, the being scared and just worried at any moment. You know what I mean? So we're going to check out this video and let's discuss it.
Today, I want to talk about something that's been circling around the Arc Raiders community.
Yeah,
So a lot of people have been asking for a pure PvE mode, where there's basically no PvP, no player conflict at all. And honestly,
Wrong.
I completely disagree with that. I think Arc Raiders needs PvP to survive. Take it out and the entire experience loses its soul. Before you dislike the video and leave hateful comments, let me explain why. But before I dig into the main points, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what Arc Raiders is for anyone new. Arc Raiders is a third-person extraction shooter set in the ruined future where mechanical invaders called Arcs, they roam
So Embark, they don't call it a shooter, they call it an adventure.
The world. You drop into open zones, you gather loot, take on objectives, and fight both the Arcs and other players who want the same resources as well.
It's a shooter.
It is a tense, unpredictable survival loop where anything can ruin your plans at any moment. From a Rocketeer to a rival squad
the Rocketeer
to just accidentally jumping off of a building. There's a lot that can happen. And you can also just communicate with random players as well and team up. It is a sandbox. And because it's a sandbox, I don't think PvP should be removed. Now, let me explain why PvP is not optional for this game. It's required. First point, without PvP, the game would feel very hollow. Yes, Arcs are a threat. They hit hard and they look intimidating. But once you get your gear going, or once you learn their patterns, that threat, it kind of fades away. Late game, Arcs become more like angry vending machines than actual bosses. They just become like literally a loot pool. You just look at them and like, oh, I need your parts, let me kill you, ha ha ha. And if the entire game relied
so I'm at like 110 hours or whatever it is, and like the Arc are, now that I know how and I have upgraded level guns, I just pop them real quick, especially. But the thing is even though like when you're getting in the crap, all of a sudden they're all over you. Sometimes you have nowhere to go and stuff will get crazy, and then a raider comes or whatever. That stuff still happens. But I've learned just playing this game so much lately that it's just like I know once when I first started, where I was almost literally actually I was dying to the NPCs, the bots. But then I just didn't know how to exactly navigate. And plus my skill tree's up now. I'm able to move around faster. So a lot of that accounts for that. But you start to learn a lot. And like you know where to go and where to shoot. Like you just know exactly what point of the actual arc to shoot. Because if you shoot their little fans, that will stop them. And you just start to know like the pinpoint spots to hit.
What happens when everyone masters the arc roster? That challenge just completely, utterly disappears. The danger disappears. The only time you would fail is if you blink right when a Rocketeer fires. And if blinking causes a mission failure, that is not really a difficulty. That's just life being petty. For example, just look at the late game right now. People are already finishing the game and people are kind of already reaching the end game I've already seen people on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, post that they're already finished with their expedition setup. They're already ready to prestige, and it's barely been a week. So
That's
basically,
insane.
those decently geared players, they can delete a Rocketeer, they can delete a Bastion so fast it barely has time to scream. Even like the big ones, they lose their dramatic weight when you know exactly where to stand, you know exactly where to shoot, and how to punish each different animation. If the game removed PvP and relied only on arcs to create the difficulty,
it would be so
what
boring.
happens? Everyone becomes bored. Even the devs said originally when they made the PvE only mode, they said that the game was boring after a while. That's why they made it a PvEVP extraction game. Because once it's only PvE, you know, Arc Raiders.
The thing is when the devs say it's boring, it's boring. It has to be. There's no way that they would just like, there's no way. I don't think this game would have been very good. If they dropped just PvE, this game would be probably less than Helldivers. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't even hit Helldivers numbers.
It just kind of becomes a predictable
maybe.
checklist.
I don't know.
Shoot the arc, loot the arc, extract, repeat. There's no
Helldivers
thriller,
has got like a
there's
cool,
no tension.
like the way they
oh,
have
no, someone
it
is watching
set up.
us.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Instead, the game becomes like a treadmill, a metal slapping treadmill, if you will, because they're arcs. And then you know what would happen? Players would just storm Reddit or they'll storm the Steam community hub complaining that the arcs feel too easy now and the game has no endgame depth. And then the devs would just have to keep buffing the bots or just make them insta-kill you and to balance it out. And what would happen then? All the new players that are hopping into the game for the first time, they see these one-hit kill wonders trying to figure out the game, and they'll be quitting, and the super veterans are going to be the only ones that are left.
This is the problem, is you separate it. If you have the PvE, you got them over here, you got all the friendly people that are talking and everything and that don't want to get into any PvP, then you just have a PvP lobby with just killers and people with high loot, and a new player goes over and tries to do the PvP and it's like, what? And then like, what if he doesn't like PvE and then goes to PvE and maybe he likes it, but it would get so boring over on the PvE side that I just don't see. They cannot do this. They cannot add a PvE ever in this game. I honestly, if they do, it will ruin the game.
People would still find ways to like cheese the game. Oh, they make arcs super difficult? I'll just hide in the building and just take pot shots. People will always find cheese. Second point that I want to talk about is Arc Raiders, it's not Helldivers. So there's a comparison I saw pretty frequently, which is between Arc Raiders and Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 has a great PvE content, and so Arc Raiders should too. That's what they say. But these games are not even built with the same skeleton. Because Helldivers, it's a chaotic action buffet. You fight hordes upon hordes of enemies, almost non-stop. And you can go down 20 times and still respawn from orbit like a human yo-yo. Friendly fire is expected. Explosions are everywhere. Everything is built around
it's
like
just
massive
quick.
spectacle.
You just shoot.
Arc Raiders is
like Helldivers, you're just shooting bugs or robots, and it's just like you can switch it to different bugs and different like creatures and stuff like that. It's cool. Like Helldivers, the concept with like the whole map, and you can go over here, and I think it's cool, but I don't know. It's not like an open world where I'm going in with everybody, and I don't know. Helldivers just doesn't do it for me.
It's completely the opposite.
Doesn't have a world that you can walk around.
Scarcity,
I don't know. I just
low
don't like
tension, positioning,
boring.
sound, immersion, panic. You get no respawns. If your teammate gets down in a bad spot, good luck dragging them away while rockets whistle over your head.
Yeah.
The whole game is designed around the idea that players and arcs together create that panic moment where you cannot.
It's all about
the
panic moment.
It's not a scripted event.
It's
something that happens organically. Think about some of your best Arc Raiders moments. They probably sound like, oh, we were fighting another squad at the refinery, and then suddenly a bot came in and almost wiped out our teams. Or a fireball was burning me alive while I was fighting another player down the hallway, but I barely survived with 1 HP.
Yep.
What a miracle. Or we downed 2 players when we tried to finish them off and a Rocketeer just immediately popped up behind us and just blasted our butts to smithereens.
That
Those
has
kinds
happened.
of moments,
The
they would
Rocketeers
not
will get
exist
you.
without PvP.
Especially
the
if you're in a
triangle
bad
of
position.
you, the enemy players, and incoming arcs is what creates the chaos. It is what creates the stories. A pure PvE mode cannot recreate that. Robots don't improvise. Players do. And when both collide in the same space, everything becomes unpredictable.
Yep.
Another point is basically talking about Helldivers and Arc Raiders is let genres be genres. PvP games, PvE games, And PvPvE
Everybody's just
games,
pointing at
they
each
all
other.
exist for a reason. They serve different audiences. Asking Arc Raiders to remove its PvP is like walking into like a McDonald's and then getting mad that they don't serve a prime rib dinner. People would stare at you like you would just walked into the wrong timeline, looking like a crazed maniac. If you want a steak, go to a steakhouse. You do not ask the fry cook to reinvent the entire menu. Arc Raiders is built around a specific identity. Its loop revolves around risk, chaos, and tension, created by
can
human
happen
beings
in this game.
making questionable decisions under pressure. That is the fun. That is the spice. Removing PvP honestly would gut the core flavor and leave you with just like a bun.
How was that?
You want a hamburger? No, you just get a bun. And just like one last point that I want to add on is the replay value drops. The base PvP is just gone. If it's PvE only, there's no replay value. No. This is a pretty big one. PvE only games, they kind of have a shelf life.
They do.
Once you fight every archetype, once you perfect every strategy, once you figure out every safe angle to shoot a Rocketeer without getting turned into red mist.
No, he's right on that, but they are going to add different arc, obviously, and different little ones and big ones. They're going to. And like another thing that I like will make a video on later, but like and talk about is like what they have to do for like post content like in a year or so. We got to leave Speranza and have like a whole new area where we go to and live under. That's like definitely what they need to do. That's for the bigger picture and the bigger scope of this game. But like they it's just
kind of becomes routine. It becomes predictable. It becomes solved. The only reason why Helldivers 2 is still so replayable is just because they add new factions. They actually add changes to the game and missions that you chase after. Arc Raiders, it has a lot of cool robots, but even the coolest enemy gets old if you fight it 1,000 times with no curveballs. And guess what? Human players are the curveballs. They are the
like if I fought these bots like the Leaper in this always every day, and that was the only thing I'm shooting at, I would get so bored. Even though I was looting and stuff, I would get away from them. I would be able to sneak around, and then if I do fight them, I would just start getting bored. The thing about this game is like I can fight them, and then all of a sudden there's raiders I'm fighting, and then I'm trying to run away from this Leaper, plus trying to fight these. Oh, it's great. It's so good. And then you're talking crap on the microphone, and it's so good, this game, and it needs to be left like this.
Every run feels fresh. You never know if you're going to get third party at the last second by a squad you did not even know was on the map, or you make a whole new squad friend. You never know if someone is watching you with binoculars or carrying an Osprey, just looking at you, ready to blast you in the butt cheeks. You don't know. Players bring that infinite variability.
That's the best part about it.
Some squads, they play smart. Some squads play like they left their brain in the login screen. Some squads, they left their whole system in the microwave, just waiting for it to boot up.
I've seen squads, some bad players.
They like to set up ambushes. Some squads, they don't even want to see you. They just want to hide and rat. You can't script player interactions. The arcs, they can give you great fights, but they cannot give you psychology. They cannot give you unpredictability. They cannot create those legendary moments you'll be telling your friends about for weeks.
Yeah.
Imagine Arc Raiders with just pure PvE right now. After about 50 hours, the biggest mystery would be whether the next arc spawn will aim correctly, or if it spawns in a different location for the first time after 20 rounds. People would definitely start saying things like, oh, I missed the game when it was scary. Yep. I wish Extraction felt more dangerous. And then we would be back to square one. PvP is what keeps the game alive for months instead of a few weekends. And I keep saying PvP, but I don't mean PvP as in like fighting.
Yeah.
Just players in general.
Like, I don't play this game and just run around and kill everybody. It's not what it is, but I need that other person to come and be like, yo, you good? Are you friendly? And then we talk, and then next thing, or like, hey, you friendly? They're not talking. Now we're battling. That's what I like. Or I'm trying to grab some stuff in this thing, but I can hear somebody and they're not talking. Like now I'm like, okay, now I'm scared. Now I want to get out of here because I got epic stuff on me. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or you don't get away and he starts shooting at you. So now it's a battle. There's just so many different things that can happen in this game. And if you take the PvP out, then forget it. This game's dead. Dead in the water. Dead on arrival. Gonzo.
A lot of times, I don't fight people. We become very friendly. We just say,
for the most part, yep, same
and
here.
Walk by each other.
Yep.
When I say PvP, I mean the sandbox part of PvP, okay? You don't have to kill everybody you see. It's not shoot on sight. It's crazy. that people just don't realize that.
They don't get it. They don't know how to play the game.
I get where the PvE crowd is coming from. Some people want to relax, and some people want to explore a zone.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but you're picking the wrong game for that. You know what I mean? Go away from this. It's like Helldivers. Okay, that's the game for you. Like, this isn't your game. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just not. Like, you're picking on the wrong game. That's what I think with the PvE. I get you guys, but this isn't PvE game. It's just not. So just get over it. You guys, you got to get over it and just try to play this game. And this sandbox that Embark has made is unreal. You have to. You gotta try it.
Squad, watching them.
Stop worrying about you're gonna die, or once in a while you're gonna die. You are. You're gonna die. Get over it.
A game should twist itself into something completely different.
Get better.
Just to accommodate every preference. Not every game needs to be everything for everyone.
Exactly.
Sometimes a game needs to stay in its lane so it can thrive instead of stretching itself thin.
Yeah.
So PvP is not a little optional bonus in Arc Raiders, I think. It's the thing that keeps the game breathing. It adds tension, unpredictability. You don't know if the player is enemy or a new friend. It adds the replayability, and without it, the game becomes easy to master. It becomes very easy to predict and easy to get bored of. With it, every match has that electric chance of going completely off script. If you agree, let me know why. If you disagree, drop your arguments. Keep it nice and civil in comments, please. I want to hear what you think, because this is a conversation worth having. And if you enjoy Arc Raiders content, feel free to like, comment, and stick around for more.
Yeah,
and
that's
also,
a good video. Let me end it here. I will put a Doorwolf's link in the description. And yeah, it's a good little video. I totally agree with like pretty much all he said. Everything he kind of said, because he doesn't want the PvE mode. I don't want it. I do not want it. It cannot come into this game. If it does, it takes the soul out of Arc Raiders, and it becomes not Arc Raiders what I fell in love with. Does that make sense? Like, I think people think that, oh, this needs a PvE mode. No, it doesn't. Like, it should never get a PvE mode. It just really doesn't. And the devs already said it was boring. So why wouldn't it be different if we, you know? Like, I guarantee it would be so boring if there was a PvE, and then it would separate the player base, and then the player base counts. The player base would just drop and drop and drop and drop, because PvP, like I said, year into the game, would be only sweaty people geared to their teeth, man, with freaking epics, and you wouldn't survive as a new player trying to figure out the game. But this game, this sandbox that they have, it is so fun. You can go in, start talking in the voice, and trust me, there's people that are super friendly. Yes, you're gonna have a couple dicks that are not gonna be friends and start shooting at you. It's gonna happen, but that's part of the game. It's part of that fear that you love, you know what I mean? In the games where you're sweating and you're like, oh my god, whoa, and you're like head on a swivel, you're looking around. This game does that, and that game, it's like you can get sweaty and you can start fighting, and the next thing you know, you're laughing and running from the arc. There's so much that can happen. I had a game yesterday where we were fighting a leaper. A team came up and killed us, but we're all laying there. Well, I was like, shit, dude, I just killed myself. Well, guess what? One of the dudes that killed us came up and defibbed my friend. I'm like, wait. I'm like, bro, did he defib you? Yep. And the other kid, the other one got the other guy up. And I was like, no way. I'm like, all right, I will never kill myself unless I'm completely dead. I'm going to die anyway. So let's just play it out, because I can call out on voice and be like, hey, anybody with the defib? And if there's a friendly person, they'll come in and they'll defib you. I didn't think that it was going to be that team. But now knowing that can happen, I'm making it. I said it on my stream. I'm like, best practice, we are never going to kill ourselves. We're just going to play it through. We'll try to call out our voice or just see what happens. Just see it through. And it's just crazy. It's the unpredictability of this game. It's crazy, man. Like, you can go on and this happens. Next thing you know, this is happening. And it just keeps going and going. It's a different experience every time you go in. But, yeah, no PvE. PvP, PvE. This is what that Arc Raiders is built on. It's what they made, and It needs to stay that way. It truly, truly needs to stay that way. But I was rambling a little bit there. I appreciate everybody that comes by my videos. Thank you so much. If you can, hit a like upon the video. If you can, hit the Discord. I'm trying to get as many people in there. Arc Raiders. I play Fortnite. I play the finals. I play a lot of type of games. So if you want to get on the Discord, you need some people to run with, let me know. I'll be in the Discord. Besides that, I appreciate everybody. I hope everybody has a good day, and see you on the top side. Peace.